Hey folks, today we're going to take a look at all the custom AK47 iron sights in Call of Duty Mobile and see which ones might give you an extra edge in battle. As one of the weapons with the most blueprints, we have no shortage of options to choose from. Before delving into our top 5, here are a few dishonorable mentions. In other words, custom iron sights that I believe to be worse than the base one. First off, AK47 Steel Blue, a slick blueprint released in Season 5 of 2020. This iron sight is simply too obstructive. With the area surrounding the front sight completely blocked off, it is very challenging to adjust your aim if you aren't able to pre-aim with pinpoint accuracy. Next up, we have the AK47 Pumpkinhead. The rear sight consists of two large pieces of protruding metal that serve no purpose beyond blocking the user's vision. Meanwhile, the front sight is shaped like a trident instead of a needle, which makes it more difficult to hit targets at longer ranges. I personally do not own the Red Action and Tank blueprints, but my friends have kindly provided the following clips, and I'm afraid that these two blueprints would likely fall into the same category. In 5th spot, we have a tie between the base gun and AK-47 stakeholder. The AK actually has a very solid base iron sight. The front sight consists of a needle that can track targets with high accuracy, and it's accompanied by an open circle that I find to be helpful when aiming down sights. AK-47 stakeholder's iron sight is almost identical to the base one, the only difference being that instead of an open circle, the front sight is shaped like an open trapezoid. The difference is rather minor and a matter of personal preference, thus earning these two a tie in the 5th spot. Fourth place is going to be a three-way tie. Up first is the legendary RAF Black and Gold. The front sight is frankly excellent, giving the user a clear field of vision and improved accuracy compared to the base AK. However, even after the recent adjustment, the two massive pieces of metal behind its rear sight are still far too distracting, thus preventing this blueprint from placing any higher on this list. Right alongside it is the AK-47 Woodland Strife. Although free of any major source of distractions, this blueprint's front sight is less well defined than that of RAF Black and Gold, and cannot offer the same level of pinpoint accuracy, especially at longer ranges. You gain some, you lose some, I suppose. Lastly, in 4th spot, we have AK-47 Deep Tech. Its needle-shaped front sight comes in quite handy in long-range engagements, and might have earned it a higher placement on this list if it was more elevated. As it stands, the rear sight blocks the user's vision just a bit too much. Moving into the top 3 now. In 3rd place, we have the legendary AK-47 Kuramaku, a blueprint that's as stylish as it is practical. Kuramaku has a simplistic and effective front sight, much like RAF Black and Gold. Unlike its fellow legendary, however, there's no clunky pieces of metal blocking the user's peripheral vision. And judging by these clips, it's evident that Kuramaku has no trouble beaming targets from over 40 meters out. In 2nd place, we have AK-47 Radiance, the newest mythic blueprint released in Season 3 Radical Raid. What's not to like about this iron sight? It's beautifully designed and practically functions as a red dot. So how come it's not on top of this list? Well, it's perhaps a bit too extra. The lens itself is opaque instead of transparent, which hurts visibility to an extent. And the sight's complicated design means that in addition to not seeing as well, you'll also not see as much as you would through a normal red dot. This is by far the best looking iron sight in Call of Duty Mobile, but in terms of practicality, it just loses out to another blueprint. At this point, you might have already guessed my number one pick, and that is the AK47 Frost brand, an epic blueprint initially released in Season 13 of 2020. Just like its mythic counterpart, Frost brand's iron sight functions as a custom red dot with a green reticle. However, this blueprint sight benefits considerably from its simplistic design and transparent lens, giving its user an unhindered view at their target. And there you have it, my rankings of all the custom AK47 iron sights in Call of Duty Mobile. Again, this list is purely based on my personal opinions, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on which blueprint has the best custom iron sight. Feel free to check out more videos on this channel, and as always, wishing y'all a wonderful day.